In our minds, we forge either chains or keys. We're told that openness is virtue, that vulnerability is strength, that giving ourselves fully is the path to love and connection. And yes, there's power in openness when it's chosen, when it's rooted in strength. But what if true connection, the kind that invites lasting respect, doesn't lie in boundless emotional availability, but in self-containment? What if freedom, true masculine freedom, is not the absence of boundaries, but the deliberate creation of them? This is not emotional suppression. This is not avoidance. This is self-mastery. Ancient wisdom has always pointed to this truth. Long before social media, dating advice, and therapy buzzwords, the Stoics understood the architecture of a man worthy of respect. And now more than ever, we need that architecture. We live in an age where external validation overshadows internal strength, where men are raised not to be strong, but to be nice. We chase approval, confuse kindness with passivity, and slowly lose our edge. We yield too easily our time, our minds, our emotional space. We call it connection, but we walk away diminished. This is the modern man's dilemma. How do you stand firm in a world that encourages emotional exposure but punishes inner resolve? How do you command respect, not through domination but through dignity, when society has told you submission is virtue? The answer lies in the forgotten path, Stoicism. Not as some ancient rigid code, but as a practical guide to living, a compass for self-respect. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they didn't preach coldness, they taught discipline, focus, and freedom through self-command. True power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. And so today, we walk through 5 profound boundaries rooted in Stoic wisdom. 5 lines every man must draw to protect his integrity, purpose, and value. These boundaries aren't walls that isolate you. They're pillars that support your strength. They define your sacred space, the inner citadel where the real you lives. Let's explore them one by one. 1. The boundary of your mind. Your mind is your final stronghold. Your thoughts, beliefs, and judgments, they are yours alone. No one can take them unless you hand them over. Epictetus wrote, "Some things are up to us, and some are not." Your thoughts are one of the few things always within your control. Marcus Aurelius echoed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The unbounded man is reactive. He absorbs the emotions of others. Let's criticism shake him. Let's praise inflate him. He's a reflection, not a presence. But the Stoic man? His mind is a fortress. He listens, but filters. He reflects, but decides. He does not outsource his judgment. He forms his own opinions, tests them against reason, and stands by them without arrogance. This boundary tells the world, I think for myself. It says to women, to colleagues, to friends, you may influence me, but you will not command me. The man who owns his mind commands not just respect, but trust. He is steady, not swayed by the winds of approval or criticism. And in a chaotic world, that steadiness is rare, it's magnetic. 2. The boundary of your time. Time is the one currency you never get back. And yet, most men spend it as if it's infinite, surrendering hours, days, years to distractions, obligations, and other people's priorities. Seneca warned, It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Every moment you give should be an investment, not a reaction. The unbounded man is available to everyone. He says yes too often. He's busy constantly, but not productive. His schedule reflects urgency, not importance. The Stoic man is a disciplined curator of his time. He understands that saying no isn't selfish, it's sacred, because every no to the trivial is a yes to the essential. He allocates time for stillness, reflection, physical cultivation, relationships that uplift, and his mission in life. His calendar is not chaotic, it is intentional. This boundary signals that you are a man on a path, that your time is valuable because you treat it as such. Women are drawn to that direction. To be invited into a life that is already rich and purposeful is far more compelling than being someone's whole world. Time is not given, it is earned. 3. The boundary of your emotions. Emotions are part of being human. They are signals, but they are not commands. The Stoic man feels deeply, but he governs those feelings. They do not govern him. The unbounded man reacts. He lashes out when angry, sulks when rejected, spirals when uncertain. He is a prisoner of impulse. The Stoic practices apatheia, not indifference, but freedom from emotional tyranny. He observes his emotions. He lets them inform, but not dictate. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. He cultivates calm in conflict. He processes emotion privately before acting publicly. His presence is stable, predictable in the best way. This boundary says, I will not be emotionally manipulated. It says, my mood is mine. My peace is mine. I will not sacrifice it for attention, chaos, or codependency. A man who controls his emotions doesn't hide them, he hones them. He becomes someone women trust, children rely on, and peers look to in crisis. Emotional sovereignty is strength, and strength is always respected. 4. The boundary of your values. Your values are the compass guiding your life. Without them, you drift. You become adaptable to a fault, eager to please, easy to sway. The unbounded man compromises his ethics for acceptance. He breaks his own code for comfort or desire. He is a moral chameleon. But the Stoic, he lives by virtue, justice, courage, temperance, wisdom. These are not negotiable. He's not self-righteous, he's grounded. He tells the truth even when it's hard. He chooses the harder right over the easier wrong. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This is the unshakable foundation of character. Women, and indeed all people, respect a man who stands for something, not because it's trendy or convenient, but because it's right. A man whose values are real, lived, not just spoken, becomes a lighthouse in a fog of moral confusion. This boundary says, my integrity is not for sale, that is power. 5. The boundary of your purpose. Every man was born to do something, to pursue a calling, to create, to lead, to build, to heal, to serve. There is something inside you, your daemon, as the Stoics called it, that calls you to higher ground. The unbounded man ignores it. He gives his life to others. He sacrifices purpose for comfort, for a relationship, for approval. And in doing so, he diminishes. The Stoic man places his purpose above all, not because he's selfish, but because it defines who he is. He does not ask others to understand or approve. He walks the path. He invites others along, but never abandons it. Zeno taught that duty, our natural role, is sacred. The Stoic man lives aligned with his. He gets up with intention. He cultivates his craft. He builds something bigger than himself. This boundary says, I will not abandon myself for anyone. And that creates immense respect, because nothing is more compelling than a man on a mission. We've now walked the 5 Stoic boundaries. 1. Your mind. Your thoughts are yours. Sovereign. 2. Your time. Your hours are sacred, directed. 3. Your emotions. Your inner state is yours to rule. 4. Your values. Your character is non-negotiable. 5. Your purpose. Your mission is your life's anchor. These are not walls to keep people out. They're structures that support your highest self. They protect your energy, your direction, your soul. Now here's your challenge. Pick one boundary, just one. The one that stings a bit. The one you know you've neglected. And for the next 7 days, live it. Watch how people respond. Watch how you feel. Not aggressive, not withdrawn, just solid, calm, intentional. Track your triggers. Journal your reactions. Step by step, claim your sovereignty. Because in the end, you are the architect of your soul. And boundaries, healthy, defined, intentional boundaries, are the blueprint of a life lived on your terms. Not everyone will like it, but they will respect it. And more importantly, you will respect yourself. That's the path. That's the way. Embrace it.